Yeah, hi everybody. This is Captain Tom, Captain Tom's Sailing Adventures, and this is going to be episode 13 that we're about to kite up. Today is Thursday, the 7th of November. We're post the presidential election. Thank God that's over. The guy that we wanted to win didn't, but it's over. So we're glad to have that out of the way. What Linda and I have decided, and a lot of my other friends have decided that we're on the losing side of that, is we're going to enjoy life to the fullest, regardless of who's running the show, man. Groucho Marx said, the best revenge is living well, and so we're going to do that. So episode 13 starts now. We have a problem. Hey, man, we got to sail with another hurricane in the Gulf. I think this is the 5th named hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico this year. Hurricane Rafael just went across Cuba. I'm going to get some television pictures of it here in just a minute to put on the screen for you guys, and then get the chart and show you the basic chart work. Ed and Diane have said that we can barge up next to Badario, their yacht, at Bradenton. So now we have 3 different areas to shoot at. We've got Bradenton, which is the entrance to Tampa Bay. We have Fort Myers, which would be the ideal, the best route, because it goes straight up the Caloosahatchee River to the Glades, where we're taking the boat, or even Marco Island. So if you look at the compass, and if we could go up all the way into almost an easterly, if we shot as far south as Marco Island, but that's about 100 miles off course to the south for where we want to go. So number 1 is Fort Myers. Number 2 would be Bradenton. Number 3 would be Marco Island. So, hey, welcome back. It's Captain Tom's Sailing Adventures. It's going to be a great trip, and we're excited about it. We're flying back to New Orleans on Saturday the 9th, which is 2 days from now. It's November 7th. So hang in there, guys. And remember, subscribe. We'll be back in a minute. Yeah, here we are, guys. And this is, I think, the weather station, the television station out in New Orleans, Louisiana. And what they're doing here is they're saying that it could do one of 2 things. It will weaken as it goes west. It could go either north, which is worst case scenario, because then it goes straight to New Orleans and Fushon, or it could go south and go down to Tampico. So this is what we're looking at, and I'm going to turn the video on here in just a second to get a little bit better idea for what's going on.
To the north with these winds associated with the cutoff low. Now, if this low pressure is not as strong, the ridge is slightly stronger, then imagine the ridge extends this way and it blocks it from curving to the north, and therefore it turns south. So that's why you have 2 dramatic different scenarios, and it all has to do with how strong this ridge is and how strong this low pressure is, because that's what's weakening the edge of that ridge. Right now, we're leaning to there's going to be a weakness, so we think there's a decent chance some of those showers make their way up to us. One thing's for sure, it's not going to be a hurricane by the time it gets here. It is very unusual to have a hurricane in November, but you can see by Friday, models already showing it being impacted by wind shear. Look at it just fall apart, but that moisture, once again, has got to come somewhere, and that could get pulled our way. So here we are Saturday night and Sunday morning. Notice some showers to our west. Maybe some rain Saturday evening for LSU and Bama, and then we may continue to see that moisture get pulled into our area throughout Sunday. So at the moment, I'm going to...
Okay, well, you just saw it, man. Wow. You know, I can't believe this is the 5th named storm this year, this season, and Linda and I are cautiously optimistic that things are going to be okay. My big question now is, are they going to cancel my flight into New Orleans? I don't know, man. Julian's flying out of Houston. I'm flying out of Austin. So I don't know, guys. This is Captain Tom's Sailing Adventures, right? So stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, you can see the boat icon that I've got there on the chart. This is the chart of the Gulf of Mexico, and it's at the Bayou Lafourche right there. And if you pan over this way, you can see that Bradenton is right here. I'm going to point it with the pliers right here. Here they are. There's Bradenton right there. And then the next option would be Fort Myers. That's the entrance to the Caloosahatchee at Fort Myers, Florida. And then the last and least good way to do it would be to go here to Marco, which is actually not 100 miles south of Fort Myers. It's about 60 or 50. So those are the 3 options right there. So here it is. We're going across this much Gulf of Mexico. It's 410 nautical miles from Fushan to Bradenton. And so it'd be a little over probably 430 to 420 to Fort Myers, and then probably 440, 450 to Marco Island. So that's it. And the hurricane is right now about where the X is. And well, it's not quite that far north. It's probably right down here by Arrecife Alacran, which is right here. That's probably where the middle of the storm is right now. They figure it's going to break up. There's going to be a cold front coming across Texas. So that's kind of the way things are lining up. So here at Captain Tom Sailing Adventures, man, this is what we're dealing with. So there it is, and I'll have one last vignette. Okay, guys, you've seen it. This is going to be episode 13 of Captain Tom Sailing Adventures. About a 12-minute, I think, episode this time. And because I am mildly superstitious, I'm not about to sail on episode 13 going across 400 miles of open ocean with a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. I ain't doing that, guys. No, that's going to be episode 14. Anyway, the hurricane is about where the M was on the chart in the bedroom that I showed you. And Julie and I are cautiously optimistic that we're going to be okay. And actually, because of the counterclockwise rotation, it may kick up a good 10 or 15 mile an hour blend out of the south, which would be absolutely ideal. That would be absolutely the best. However, the seas might be running anywhere from 5 to 8 feet. No big deal. I don't start worrying about them until they get over 10 feet. Linda and I came across the Gulf Stream one time in Coyote, our big boat, in 10-foot waves, and those were pretty awesome. But we made it fine to Miami from Nassau. Anyway, this is, like I say, episode 13. Glad you guys are out there. Make sure and subscribe. It's going to be an exciting adventure. And then episode 14 is going to have all the footage offshore. And we'll see you next time. It's Captain Tom. Bye-bye.